Welcome to It's English Podcast, where English feels easy, calm, and natural.
Hey everyone, welcome back to It's English Podcast. I'm Brian and I'm here with my co-host Mary. How are you doing today, Mary?
Hi, Brian. Hi, everyone. I'm doing well, thanks. Although I have to admit, this morning I was searching for my coffee mug for like 10 minutes, and it was in my hand the whole time.
Oh no, that's hilarious. You know what? That actually happens to me with my phone all the time. I'll be looking everywhere for it while I'm literally talking on it.
See? We all have those moments. Speaking of feeling a bit lost, that actually brings us perfectly to today's topic.
Exactly. Today we're talking about something really important, something I think almost everyone experiences at some point in their lives. We're discussing feeling lost in life.
And before we dive in, I just want to say if you're feeling this way right now, you're not alone. We've both been there, and we're going to share some stories and practical tips that might help.
Absolutely. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's explore this together.
So, Brian, when we say feeling lost in life, what does that actually mean? I think it can mean different things to different people.
You're right. For some people, it might mean not knowing what career path to take. For others, it could be feeling like they don't have a purpose or direction.
Exactly. It's like being in a forest without a map or compass. You know you're somewhere, but you don't know which way to go. And that uncertainty can be really uncomfortable.
I remember when I graduated from university, everyone around me seemed to have this clear plan. They were going to law school or they had a job lined up, and I was just thinking, I have no idea what I want to do with my life.
That must have been stressful. How did you feel during that time?
Oh, it was terrible. I felt anxious every single day. I kept comparing myself to my friends, thinking I was somehow behind or not good enough. It was like everyone else had a roadmap and I was just wandering around aimlessly.
But you know what's interesting? I've talked to so many of those people who seemed to have everything figured out. And guess what? Most of them were just as lost as you were. They just hid it better.
Really? That's actually comforting to hear.
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest illusions we face, thinking everyone else has it all together. Social media makes this even worse because we only see people's highlight reels, not their struggles.
Curious, Mary, have you ever felt really lost? I mean, you always seem so calm and collected.
Oh, Brian, just because I'm calm doesn't mean I haven't been lost. Actually, I have a story about this. About 5 years ago, I was working at a job that looked great on paper. Good salary, nice office, respected company.
Sounds perfect. So what happened?
Well, every Sunday evening, I would feel this heavy weight in my chest. I would dread Monday morning. I kept asking myself, what if I leave and regret it? What if I can't find something better? What will people think? But the feeling of being lost just grew stronger.
Wow, that sounds really difficult. What did you do?
At first, nothing. I was scared. I kept asking myself, what if I leave and regret it? What if I can't find something better? What will people think? But the feeling of being lost just grew stronger.
So it wasn't just about the job itself, but more about feeling disconnected from your purpose?
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. I wasn't just lost professionally, I was lost personally. I didn't know who I was anymore outside of my job title.
Okay, so let's get into our first practical tip for anyone feeling lost right now. Are you ready, Mary?
Ready.
Tip number 1 is embrace the uncertainty. Don't fight it.
This might sound counterintuitive at first. When we're lost, our instinct is to panic and try to find answers immediately. But sometimes the best thing we can do is accept that we don't have all the answers right now.
Right. Think of it like this. Imagine you're reading a mystery novel. If you knew the ending on page 1, would it be exciting?
Definitely not.
Exactly. Life is the same way. Not knowing what comes next isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's what makes life an adventure.
However, I want to clarify something important. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean doing nothing. It means being okay with taking small steps forward, even when you can't see the whole staircase.
Oh, I love that metaphor. It's like that famous quote by Martin Luther King Jr., right?
Yes, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. This is so relevant when you're feeling lost.
So, how do we actually do this? How do we embrace uncertainty?
First, acknowledge your feelings. Say to yourself, I feel lost, and that's okay. This is temporary. Second, remind yourself that feeling lost often comes before finding something amazing. Think about it. You can't discover a new path if you're not willing to leave the old one.
That's powerful. Can you give us a concrete example?
Sure. There's this concept in Japanese culture called ma. It means the space between things. It's valued just as much as the things themselves. When you're between jobs, between relationships, or between phases of life, you're in that ma space. It's not emptiness, it's possibility.
All right, let's move to tip number 2. Explore without pressure.
This is such an important one. When you're feeling lost, you might feel this urgency to figure everything out right now, but that pressure can actually paralyze you.
Oh, yes. It's like trying to force yourself to fall asleep. The harder you try, the more awake you become.
That's a perfect comparison. So instead of pressuring yourself to find the answer, give yourself permission to explore different options without committing to anything.
Curious, what does that look like in practice?
Well, let's say you're trying to figure out your career path. Instead of thinking, I need to choose my career for the next 30 years, try thinking, what sounds interesting to me right now? What would I like to try for the next 3 months?
So it's about lowering the stakes.
Exactly. When you lower the stakes, you give yourself freedom to experiment. You can take a class, volunteer, try a side project, or have coffee with someone in a field that interests you.
Oh, I actually did this. When I was feeling lost about my career, I started a blog just for fun. I didn't think it would lead anywhere. I just enjoyed writing. But that blog eventually opened doors I never expected.
That's a perfect example. You explored without pressure, and something wonderful emerged. You didn't start the blog thinking, this has to become my career. You just followed your curiosity.
Right, and that's the key word, curiosity. When you're feeling lost, let curiosity be your compass.
And remember, not everything you try will work out, and that's completely fine. Think of yourself as a scientist running experiments. Some experiments fail, but every single one teaches you something.
Okay, tip number 3 is one that really helped me. Create small anchors.
Tell us more about this, Brian. What do you mean by anchors?
When you're feeling lost, it's easy to feel like everything is unstable and uncertain. Small anchors are things you can control. Daily habits or routines that give you a sense of stability.
So even when big things in life feel uncertain, these small things remain constant.
Exactly. For example, when I was going through my lost phase, I started every morning with the same routine. I'd make coffee, do 10 minutes of stretching, and write 3 things I was grateful for.
And how did that help?
It gave me something to hold on to. Even if I didn't know what I was doing with my career or where my life was heading, I knew what I was doing at 7 a.m. tomorrow. It created a sense of control in my day.
This is psychologically really smart. When we're overwhelmed by big uncertainties, our brain can spiral. But when we focus on small, manageable tasks, it calms our nervous system.
Your anchors don't have to be morning routines. They could be anything. Walking your dog every evening,
calling a friend every Sunday, cooking a healthy meal 3 times a week. The key is consistency.
I think of these anchors like a lighthouse in a storm. The storm might be chaotic, but the lighthouse stays steady, giving you a reference point.
Our fourth tip is so important. Connect with others. When we feel lost, our instinct is often to isolate ourselves.
Oh, yes, I definitely did that. I thought, I need to figure this out on my own. I can't burden other people with my problems. That's such a common response, but it's actually the opposite of what we need. Humans are social creatures. We're not meant to navigate difficult times alone.
Curious, so what should people do instead?
Reach out to people you trust. This doesn't mean you have to have all the answers before talking to them. In fact, it's the opposite. Share that you're feeling lost and see if they've ever felt the same way.
You know what's crazy? When I finally opened up to my friends about feeling lost, 3 of them said, "Me too, I've been feeling the exact same way."
That happens so often. We all think we're the only ones struggling, but when we're vulnerable and honest, we discover we're not alone.
And it doesn't always have to be heavy conversations. Sometimes just spending time with people you care about, having lunch, going for a walk, watching a movie, can remind you that you have a support system.
There's also something powerful about hearing other people's stories. When someone shares how they navigated their own lost period, it can give you hope and new perspectives.
Absolutely. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to friends or family, there are other options. Therapists, support groups, online communities. The point is, don't go through this alone.
And now for our fifth and final tip, reframe your perspective.
This is about changing how you think about being lost. Instead of seeing it as a problem, what if you saw it as an opportunity?
What do you mean? Well, think about it. When are you most open to change and growth? Usually when things aren't working, right? When you're comfortable and everything is fine, you rarely make big changes.
Oh, so being lost is actually a chance to become someone new or try something different.
Exactly. Some of the most successful, fulfilled people will tell you that their lost periods were actually the most important times of their lives.
Like J.K. Rowling, she's talked about how she was completely lost, unemployed, divorced, struggling, before she wrote Harry Potter.
Perfect example. Or Steve Jobs being fired from Apple, feeling completely lost, and then coming back stronger. These lost periods can be transformative.
So, how do we actually reframe? Like, if someone is listening right now and feeling lost, what can they tell themselves?
Try these thoughts. I'm not lost, I'm in transition. This isn't failure, this is exploration. I don't need to have all the answers today, I just need to take the next small step.
And remember, feeling lost doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you're human. It means you're growing. It means you're brave enough to admit you don't have it all figured out.
And that honesty, that's the first step towards finding your way.
All right, everyone. Now let's take a few minutes to go over some key vocabulary from today's discussion. We want to make sure you really understand these words and phrases so you can use them confidently.
We've picked out 10 important words and expressions. Brian, why don't you start with the first one?
Okay, first word, aimlessly. A-I-M-L-E-S-S-L-Y. This is an adverb that means without purpose or direction.
For example, after graduation, I wandered aimlessly for months, not knowing what career to pursue.
When you do something aimlessly, you're doing it without a clear goal or plan. Like walking aimlessly means you're just walking around with no particular destination.
Second word, dread, D-R-E-A-D. This is a verb that means to feel extreme worry or fear about something that's going to happen.
I dread Monday mornings because I don't enjoy my job.
Dread is stronger than just worry. It's that heavy feeling in your stomach when you think about something you really don't want to face.
Number 3. Counterintuitive. Counterintuitive. This adjective describes something that goes against what seems natural or obvious.
It seems counterintuitive, but sometimes doing less helps you accomplish more.
So if something is counterintuitive, it's the opposite of what you'd expect. Like our tip to embrace uncertainty. That feels counterintuitive because we naturally want to fight uncertainty.
Fourth word, paralyze. P-A-R-A-L-Y-Z-E. As a verb, it means to make someone unable to act or function normally, usually because of fear or shock.
The pressure to choose the perfect career can paralyze you with indecision.
We use this word metaphorically a lot. When fear or stress paralyzes you, it doesn't mean you physically can't move. It means you're so overwhelmed that you can't make decisions or take action.
Number 5. Stakes. Stakes. This is a noun that refers to how much you can win or lose in a situation, basically how important the outcome is.
When you lower the stakes, you feel less pressure and can think more clearly.
High stakes means there's a lot to lose or gain. Low stakes means it's not that important. Like a high-stakes decision would be choosing where to go to university, while a low-stakes decision would be what to have for lunch.
Sixth word, spiral. S-P-I-R-A-L. As a verb, it means to get progressively worse, often in a continuous downward pattern.
When I started comparing myself to others, my thoughts began to spiral into negativity.
Think of it like a spiral staircase going down. One negative thought leads to another, which leads to another, and you keep going down and down.
Number 7. Burden. B-U-R-D-E-N. As a noun, it means a heavy load or something difficult to carry, either physically or emotionally.
I didn't want to burden my friends with my problems.
When you burden someone, you put pressure or difficulty on them. But remember, good friends don't see sharing problems as a burden. They want to help.
Eighth word, vulnerable. V-U-L-N-E-R-A-B-L-E. This adjective means exposed to the possibility of being hurt or attacked, either physically or emotionally.
Being vulnerable and sharing my struggles actually made me feel stronger.
In modern conversation, we often use the word vulnerable in a positive way. Being vulnerable means being honest and open about your feelings, even if it's scary.
Number 9. Navigate. N-A-V-I-G-A-T-E. This verb literally means to find your way, but we often use it metaphorically to mean dealing with or managing a difficult situation.
Learning to navigate uncertainty is an important life skill.
You might navigate the ocean with a map or navigate a difficult conversation with care. It's about finding your way through something challenging.
And our 10th word, transformative. T-R-A-N-S-F-O-R-M-A-T-I-V-E. This adjective describes something that causes a major change or transformation.
That lost period in my life turned out to be transformative. It led me to discover my true passion.
A transformative experience changes you in a significant way. It's not just a small change, it's something that fundamentally shifts who you are or how you see the world.
And there you have it, 10 powerful vocabulary words to help you talk about life's challenges in English.
Well, Brian, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. Feeling lost is never easy, but I hope our listeners feel a little less alone now.
Absolutely. Remember, everyone, being lost isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's often a sign that you're ready for something new, even if you don't know what that new is yet.
And please be patient with yourself. Finding your way takes time. There's no deadline, no race. Just take one small step at a time.
Before we go, we have a question for you. We'd love to hear from you.
Here's our question. What's one small thing you can do this week to move forward, even if you're not sure where you're going?
It could be anything. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend, trying a new hobby, journaling about your feelings, or simply taking a walk in nature to clear your mind.
Think about it, and if you feel comfortable, share your answer with us. You can leave a comment, send us a message, or just reflect on it yourself.
Thank you so much for listening to It's English podcast today. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're all figuring it out together.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and be kind to yourself.
Take care, everyone.